And so when you have these rules to the game, that really is what a rewards plan is. Now, when you're playing Monopoly, you're playing Risk or Uno or Connect Four or any of the games that are being listed here, you don't have to know all of the rules. You just kind of have to know like Monopoly. You gotta roll the dice, you gotta move the pieces. There's not a ton that you have to know to play the game. So I think what people get caught up a little bit in a compensation plan or whatever it is, they're like, oh my gosh, I need to memorize all the rules, all the things that happen. I got to know all the percentages, all these different things. And all you really need to know is how to move the pieces around the board. And that's hopefully what I'm going to share with you today. And this is going to be available on recording. It's already been recorded, actually. So as soon as this is over, we'll post this in all the chats and everything. So you can really have a tool that deep dive into this and gives people even a little training while they're going through it. And so let me just do a real quick check. Do I sound better? Is it good to go on this now? Hopefully my phone
Yes, sir.
holds.
You sound great.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so and I'm also going to ask for some participation. So the training video that we already recorded that we'll release after this is really just this pure presentation. What I'm going to do during this presentation though is I'm going to kind of pause a little bit and talk about the psychology of like why is this here? What does it mean? And maybe how can you present it if you want to. Now you don't need to because it's recorded and you can just send the tool, but kind of understanding the reason behind going through it the way I'm going to go through it with you today. So when I dive into a compensation plan, the first thing is really understanding what's the driving core motive behind it. There's a lot of compensation plans out there. There's things that are called binaries, unilevels, matrices, all these different things that are out there. And the whole reason for a compensation plan is to reward the person that's building and still have the company make a profit. That's really what it is. The same thing as if you buy a product in Target. When you buy a product in Target for 20 bucks, that product didn't take $20 to make. It probably took 80 cents. And then there was shipping costs and manufacturing costs and distribution costs and shelf costs and employee costs and all that stuff built in. And then it's $20. So instead of all that being built into a product, that a potential profit is what would go into a compensation rewards plan. And that compensation rewards plan rewards the person doing the work and it rewards the company for doing the things that it does, manufacture products, ship, all the like customer support, all those things that you don't need to be involved in. All you need to do is share. So I want to kind of go over really quickly what is our business model? Like, are we a unilevel? Are we a binary? Are we this? Are we that? And to me, I really think we're a hybrid business model because we're not this and we're not that. We're kind of a little bit of all of it. And so our business model is really a combination of the five most popular ways or powerful ways that people share products, whether that is something that they're sharing in person. So for the retail side, so retail is just where, hey, I talk to David and I tell David about these products I'm taking. He goes, that's awesome, man. How can I try it? And I literally go, well, here you go. It's 30 bucks. And here it is. He gives me 30 bucks. I make a sale. Or it could be in a retail location. It could be a chiropractic office. It could be a personal trainer. Whenever there's like this one-on-one interaction, like face-to-face interaction, that's what you would classify as retail, right? The next thing you're looking at is online. So this is where you're driving traffic, you're putting contacts in, you're bringing people to an idea where they can kind of learn at their own pace. This is where you're using funnels, landing pages, and driving people to a place where they might be opting in to receive information, and then they're getting followed up with automations. There's a lot of ways to do this. It could be emails, it could be text, it could be phone calls, all these different things can be built into an automated system. The next one is social media. Now, we're probably all familiar with social media. Social media is really all about creating content that leads to engagement and then potentially a sale. So how do I create content that is attractive, that is fun, that's interactive, that people want to go, hey, what's going on with this? And then that create a conversation that then converts into a potential sale. The next one here is affiliate marketing, has become wildly popular over the past years. And there's so many versions of affiliate marketing out there. This is why you see people make millions and millions of dollars on TikTok and Instagram and all this kind of stuff. They've really gone into the affiliate slash influencer model where they're just sharing their life, they're sharing what they're using, they're putting links in their bios, and they're like, hey, I love this stuff. If you want to check it out, you can check it out too. But really they're just doing a transaction. They're building something that they're just looking to create profit from the links they're sharing, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a way that they're doing the marketing because they're utilizing their influence and their reach to tell people about something that they don't know about, and that person purchases it. The last one here is community building. So community building is where you have a community of people, a group of people that you or other people might be mentoring how to do all of these. So no matter what you identify with here, so we've got one, two, three, four, and five. I'd love for you to put in the chat, what do you really kind of gravitate towards? One, two, three, four, or five. So I'd love to know kind of an idea in the chat. And again, it could be all of them, it could be some of them, but just kind of give me an idea of what you think that you're like, I go towards this one. Maybe I want to learn more about that. I want to kind of dive into that aspect of this business because here's the thing, you can choose one or you can choose all, because the future of business, and this is kind of how it's been really since the advent of social media, it's not one channel, it's really all of them. And having it to where you don't have to learn all of them, they're just all available for the person that comes into your business. Because I've seen a lot of people here put retail. I'm not a retailer. I've seen a lot of people put social media. Now, do I post on social media? Yeah. I don't use it a lot, probably how I should. I'm more of a community builder. So I'm more of a person that just kind of goes out there, shares a business, and we have amazing people that do incredible at retail. We have amazing online marketers, amazing people on social media, and amazing affiliates and influencers. But do I go and put myself into each one of these channels? I don't. But you can. And each channel can create a line of income or a stream of income. And for each one that you learn how to do, or for each one that somebody comes into your business that they know how to do, opens up another channel or another stream of income. Because the goal here with our company is really to create an income that's powered by loyal members. Now, that's an important word because if you do the work and then they don't become loyal members that purchase products every single month or every single day, your income is not present. You're always going to feel like you're on a treadmill. You're always going to feel a treadmill. What is that thing that mice are on? A wheel? Whatever that is. You're always going to feel like you're chasing people and chasing people, because the focus here is to really enroll someone into a system, a community where they feel a part of it. And they're not just ordering products every month, they're a part of something bigger that they don't want to get products somewhere else. And that's where branding comes in. That's where really making that stickiness, and the stickiness here a lot of times is the relationship that you have with that person. And that's why that's why Vital Health pays an astronomical amount, because Alex Reynoso understands this model, that he doesn't have a business without you, and you don't have a business without him. And it's this symbiotic alignment, which most owners don't really understand. They take for advantage the people referring. They only pay attention to certain people. But Alex is one of those people that, I mean, you can reach out to him. He's always talking to people because, again, he understands this symbiotic relationship that we have. It's not an us or a them, it's an us and a we. And so us and we together build this business where we're utilizing all these different channels of distribution to bring new customers to the table that turn in to loyal members. And so how do we do this? We have membership options here. And I really think we do have three membership options, even though we kind of only have two. But this is where some people might get a little confused. Like, wait a minute, what's the difference between this and that? And which one do I tell people to do? Do I get them started here? Do I get them started there? And maybe we'll be able to clear that up a little bit for you today. So this is where somebody can choose their path to access products, discounts, and rewards. So the first one we have here is a retail customer. Now, I feel that this is a type of membership. Now, why is that? Because a retail customer can sign up and get a subscription for 10% off. And so they're going to get 10% off of the orders that they place every single month. And so this retail customer is a member of our community, and we want to treat every single one of these options as the same. Because when somebody comes into your business and they come in as a retail customer, a preferred customer, or an affiliate, like we'll talk about here in a minute, they are choosing to align with the company. And as they're choosing to align with the company, it's our job to take care of those customers, preferred and affiliates. Because if somebody comes in, they go, okay, James, I'm ready to build, let's rock and roll. The only thing they're really bringing with them, because, people come from different experiences, backgrounds, educations, whatever it is, what they're bringing with them is their list of people. And you go, oh, wait a minute. What do you mean a retail customer? Well, a retail customer is actually potentially more powerful than a preferred customer or an affiliate. Why is that? Because if a retail customer has a bad experience, who do you think they're going to tell? Their entire list. They're going to tell their friends, their family, all these different things. And so all of these people and these type of memberships are very powerful to your business. So no matter if it's a retail or a preferred customer, you want to treat them with the same respect as if somebody comes to you and says, okay, I want to make money. Now they might make money, but really in the beginning, they're a customer first. And so, as a preferred customer, these are people that go, listen, I like these products. I love them. I want to get some deeper discounts and potentially refer. So, a preferred customer is someone who comes in, they pay the membership, and they're being able to get access to a few different rewards like loyalty and things like that. And if they choose to refer someone else, then they become an affiliate. An affiliate is someone who can potentially earn unlimited types of income in all different ways that we're going to go over today. And both the preferred customer and the affiliate is $29.99 a year. And so again, to be able to have access to like what David and myself just talked about, to have access to mentorship of like David is a perfect example. He's a humble guy. He doesn't talk about, what he's done in the past, but he is someone who has made multiple seven figures, someone who has earned over multiple six figures a month in this business. And here's the thing, you get to hire him for $30 a year. That's how I look at it. I'm like, great. That's the cheapest, most powerful employee I've ever had in my life. And you get to go, okay, I'm going to do this $30. And for that, in exchange, I'm going to have all of these mentors at my disposal. And the rewards plan, the compensation plan, because of how it's set up, we don't have requirements. We don't go, okay, you have to buy every month. You have to recruit every month. You have to sell every month. There's no requirements. You could literally come in here like I did when I got started. And I'm not saying to do this. When I got started, I was like, all right, I'm going to join this thing, but I'm just going to hang around these people and see what happens. I was making money as a dog trainer. That's what I did for 7 years before I got into this network marketing industry. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm making really great money as a dog trainer. This when I was much younger. And so I just started being around people, showing up to the Saturday trainings. And I was like, all right, I met the first person or one of the first people I met in that business. They're making $4 million a year, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how you're making $4 million a year, but if I could just be able to replace my dog training income was around six figures a year, and not have to go train dogs every single day of my life, that's beneficial to me. And so I entered into that mentorship program because the person I was 20 years ago would never get on a Zoom like this, would never be around people, could barely talk a sentence in front of a group of people. But, over the years, I've been able to learn from other people. I don't even accredit it to myself, personal growth, whatever. That's not because of me. That's because of the people I got around and they just leaked into my life. And that's what's really cool. This industry is designed for that, is that you get to be around people and they just kind of leak into your life. And again, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. So look at the five people around you and see if you want them leaking into your life. And then if you don't want to, get a new group of people and get those people to leak into your life, because that's how you grow. Yes, it's a personal decision, but it's also just making the decision to be humble and be around people that are at a place where you're like, I'd love to be there, and I'm just gonna let them leak into my life a little bit, and we'll see what happens. So before we go into it, just rewards plan basics of just like, you need to know the rules of how to move the piece around the board. You need to know some lingo, because each product that we have has a volume that generates a different kind of bonus. And the reason that we have these is this regulates profit margins. This regulates the ability to pay out the income that we're able to pay out to all the people that are affiliates. So it all has a purpose, because again, with our company, it's very different than most companies, because all of our profits go back into the company. They go to buy manufacturing, they go to purchase raw materials, they go to run the company and the 500 employees and all those different things. It goes back into the company every single month. And so we've got a couple different types of volume. We've got PV, which stands for personal volume. Now, this PV could come from you and or personally referred retail customers. So you can see why retail customers are important, because you can get enough retail customers where you never have to order if you don't want to. Now, of course, you want to be a product of the product and all those different things, but it really comes down to, when I look at a rewards plans, what are the gotchas? What are the requirements? What are the things that people are going to have to do? And is that something that they can easily do every single month? And so that's PV. Then we have group volume, pretty self-explanatory, but group volume is any order placed, because again, we don't get paid for recruiting here. We don't get paid for sharing here. We get paid when people place orders for the products. And so group volume is where they place an order. Anybody places an order, whether they're a retail customer, preferred customer, all these different things, they're all bundled into group volume to really infinite levels. And so this is all of the orders that are coming in. I would call our plan a volume-based rewards plan, because all the volume that's coming in is getting paid on in some way, shape, or form. Then we have commission volume. These are the repeat orders that happen as people are ordering for the first time, or these are first-time retail orders. This is the commissional volume that is contributing to your monthly income or reoccurring income. So this is where you're building up that commissionable volume that you're earning that every single month. And that really kicks in, I would say month 2, month 3, month 4 of someone really building a customer base and building other affiliates and bringing people in. That's what this is really all about. Finally, we have business volume. Now, you might call this binary volume. I call it business volume because it really is. It's new business coming in the door. And if you have new business coming in the door, that's fueling all the other 3 volumes we just talked about. So this is first orders from preferred customers who choose to be a member, and affiliates that have referred one person and they're ordering every single month. So this rewards plan basics is just knowing, what are these for, and what are the rules that I need to pay attention to as we're building this. Now, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you 3 things to do that all you have to do is watch out for those 3 things yourself. And then every single person that you bring into this business, all you have to do is make sure those 3 people do the same exact thing. And it's actually much simpler than you think it is. And that's what we'll talk about here towards the end. So before we hop into it and talk turkey and talk numbers, again, we have a rewards and income disclosure. Again, like I've just mentioned, this is all based off purchasing products one time or monthly. Income is not guaranteed here. It's based on your effort, time commitment, leadership, conditions, ordering activity. All income examples I'm going to use today are purely illustrative, and they're not to take screenshots and put it on social media. Because again, whenever you do something like that, or whatever it is, that creates a promise of income. So if I go on social media today and I go, oh my gosh, I have the best income opportunity in the world. I heard how you can make $1,000 a month. That's a promise. You really want to show the behind the scenes of the business, the community, the great products, the things that contribute to this rewards plan working. And so make sure that when you're talking money with somebody, you're really more focused on the purpose. You're really more focused on the person achieving their goals here, whether that's health or creating an income. It's not about just coming in and turning this into a money game. That's not what this is all about. If you come here for the money, if you come here for the profit, you quickly have to learn that it's more about the purpose of why you're doing it to create that profit. So that's our little income disclosure here. So here's how I've broken down this rewards plan. I don't break it down into this type or that type. I break it down into how do you want to get paid? And we have three different ways you can get paid here. You can get paid with instant pay, weekly pay, and monthly pay. I love this quote by Miss Maya, nothing will work unless you do. And that's what instant pay is based off. Instant pay is based off the work that you do. And what I love about instant pay is that if Rick wants to go out and make 300 bucks, Rick can go out and make 300 bucks, get a deposit in an account, and get it tomorrow. And so this is really the engine that drives this whole machine of rank advancing and earning weekly checks and all this stuff is really designed to go, okay, are people getting paid daily? I love the idea that the way that you build a business is the more people you can get paid on a daily basis. And so that's what instant pay is all around. The first way to get instant pay requires nothing. It requires just placing an order every single month. Our loyalty bonus makes it where you can earn up to 35% back on personal orders. Now, if we only had this part of the compensation plan, it is kind of crazy when you think about what you're getting by just ordering. You don't have to do anything. There's no auto ship required here. These orders that you're placing on a monthly basis can be auto ship, they can be subscription, they could be just first time orders, they could be multiple orders, whatever it is, because again, Alex Reynoso understands I'm creating loyal members. And loyal members don't want to be told what to do. So if I go to somebody, I go to Renee and I go, Renee, you have to order every month. Renee's gonna be like, well, what if I don't want to order every month? What if I just want to order what I want to order? Well, you can do that here. And so the loyalty bonus starts in month 2. So for example, it's March. Let's say you come in and you place an order maybe for a welcome pack or whatever it is. That's month 1. In month 2, you place another order, whether that's on auto ship or a one-time order, and it's 50 PV or more, which is probably around 70 to 80 bucks, somewhere in there. You're going to get 10% back of that PV in loyalty credits. Then in month 4 through 8, so now we've ordered on month 2, we've ordered on month 3. Now in month 4, for anything 50 PV or more, I'm going to get 20% back in loyalty credits. You can see the more loyal members that I have, the more loyal I am, the more I get back. And that's what this plan is really all about. This is a plan I would call a plan of abundance. The more you do, the more you get. And so then finally, now we're in month 8. We've ordered every single month. And now in month 9, we're going to get 30% back on all of the volume that I'm personally ordering. So this is personal orders. And I'm going to get 30% back. Now, in the first 7 days of the month, if I place my order or have a subscription set up in the first 7 days of the month, I get an extra 5% back. So I can earn up to 35% in loyalty credits. Let's look at an example. So for example, let's just say your monthly order, whatever your monthly order is these 3 products. Who loves NeuroCafe, S Balance, and Nitro? What's your favorite product that we have right now? What is the sing a song? This is my jam. What's that product for you? Put it in the chat. I'd love to see what your favorite product is. But let's say this is your mix and you've got this on a monthly order or you just placed it one time, $97.50, right? At 70 PV. That's your monthly order. Well, if you do that and you're earning 35% back, you're going to get $24.50 back in loyalty credits that you can use to save up to 75% on the product. And people go, wait a minute. How's that even possible? We haven't talked about how to make money. The company is going to give you the ability to purchase products at up to 75% off without requiring you to do anything. And so as long as you're placing that order, now you're going to be able to get that same order for $25. Now, one of the exchanges that happens here is when you do place loyalty, there's no volume attached to that plan. And people go, oh, wait a minute, no volume? Yeah, because you're exchanging the benefit for the volume. Now, what did you have to do to get to be able to place that loyalty order? Well, you had to place the 9750 order, which has 70 PV on it and 70 CV and all that stuff goes into the plan. And so that's the whole goal here. The more people do, the more rewards they get. And it starts with loyalty bonus without having to enroll a customer or a affiliate or referred customer. This starts from square one. And again, the only requirement that somebody does is they come in and they pay the $29.99 for the year. The next part here is our retail bonus. This is where we talked about that first thing on that first slide. The retail bonus is where you're earning profit from retail customer orders. So this is Sally. Sally is going to join us throughout the day here. Sally came in and she paid the $29.99 and she's like, okay, you know what? I want access to this. She's going to get access to preferred customer pricing or the affiliate price, which is the same. And she's going to be able to get access to purchasing the Neuro Cafe for $35 versus $52.50, right? So she just gets a discount on that because she decided to be able to be a person that she wants to get access to loyalty. She wants those things. So no requirements outside of that. She doesn't have to be active. She doesn't have to enroll people, whatever it is. Let's say we've got Bob. Bob goes to her website. Bob goes, wow, coffee looks great. Sally told me about this. It's $52. It's comes down to, I'm getting that for 50 servings. So it's like $1 a cup. I'm in. I paid $9 a cup at Starbucks. I might as well try this coffee. Well, Sally is going to make the difference between $52.50 and $35. She's going to get awarded a $17.50 profit. Now, again, with no requirements. In other companies, you might see requirements where they have to hit certain levels or enroll a certain amount of people and all these different things just so they can get paid for the work that they did. And so here we reward you for the work every single step of the way. Now, let's say, for example, Sally has a location or she does it in person, because the first example with Bob there was doing it online. But if I'm in person, I can set the price. So if Sally purchases that Neuro Cafe for $35, if she wanted to resell that either in a location to a friend, to a relative, to whoever, she could actually charge up to around $70 if she wanted to make a $35 profit, because she gets to dictate that price of $52.50 or more, whatever that is. She could charge $54, she could charge $60, but now she's keeping all of that profit over and over again. And now as you start bringing in retail customers, you can start to generate this profit. And one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, if you're a Jim Rohn fan, throw me a Rohn in the chat. I'm a Jim Rohn fan, and he always talked about profit is better than wages. And why is that? Because anyone can make a profit. Wages is something you have to get a job for, which is wages are a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but you have to do things to get wages. Profit is generated anytime you want. And that's why profit is better than wages. So here's the first one is retail. The second one here is what I would call an extension of the retail bonus. Yes, it's a different way to earn, but it really is an extension. And what they're doing here, what Alex and the company is doing, is they're going, okay, if Sally decides to partner with us and Sally does something, they do some type of activity, we're going to reward her and pay her the profit that would normally be kept by the manufacturer. Now, why is that? That's because we are the manufacturer. So we can choose to share that profit or keep that profit. Now, most companies, they keep the profit. Why do they do that? Because they have to pay for employees and staff and logistics and all these different things. But we do all that in-house. So Alex chose to go, okay, if Sally comes in and Sally places an order and she gets to 200 PV by herself, we're going to reward her. If Sally enrolls retail customers and they generate 200 PV, we're going to reward her. If Sally does a combination of the two and she hits that 200 PV level, we're going to reward her. Now, why is that? Because Alex understands the symbiotic relationship between the company and the field. And if Sally doesn't do this, there is no company, there is no profit. And so, as Sally starts to do this and she gets to that 200 PV mark, she's going to get awarded 50 influencer credits because now she's earning the influencer bonus. And these credits can be used for two things. She can use them to get 80% off the pricing to purchase products, or she can make up to 80% profit. And so that's what this is all about. It's also flexible. It's not, you can only do this or you can only do that. It can be both, or it can be all, or it can be one. And so as she gets these influencer credits, now that same Neuro Coffee we just talked about, Neuro Cafe, instead of $35, she can get it for influencer pricing at $8. By the way, that knocks the price per cup down to 18 cents per cup. And she could just use the product because she got access. She did that production. She's able to get that price for $8. And what happens? So from that influencer price, when she uses her credits, $8 or 8 credits is removed from her influencer credits, and she's left with 42. Now, those credits expire every month, so she has to use them in the calendar month. They don't roll over. The loyalty bonus we just talked about actually rolls over and doesn't expire, but the influencer credits are designed to generate purchases and profits in a monthly calendar month. And so as she starts to do this, the more she brings in retail customers and the more that she buys herself, the more influencer credits she can get. In our back office, you can actually generate influencer credits and use influencer credits in the same order. You can also use loyalty credits. You can also use store credits. We've built so many different aspects into here that you can generate and create income whenever you want to. The other example we have here is, remember Bob, right? Bob comes to the website. He goes, this coffee looks awesome, $52.50. I'm getting it for $1 a cup. I'm in. And this is what happens. Bob pays $52.50. Now, Bob has no clue that Sally has qualified for influencer. It's the same price on the website. But because Sally has qualified for influencer, she makes a bigger profit. She gets to share in the profit that normally the manufacturer would hold on to, and that would be their profit. Here, Sally makes a sale. She gets $42 for selling one product. I did some digging. Do you know how many customers someone needs to enroll in the average direct sales company to make $42 profit? The number is about 3 to 5 customers. Here, you can do it with one and one product. Now, again, am I telling you to go out there and sling Neuro Cafe? No. But again, this is the engine that drives it, because somebody can come in, this is back to the Germone. Somebody can come in, have no money, have no experience, have no idea what they're doing, and go in and love a product, be able to share that product, and make profit from day one. Now, on the other side of this, if Sally had a retail location or she wanted to be able to do this, actually, let me rewind a little bit. The same thing happens that happened in the first example, that Sally purchases the product for $8 and 8 is deducted from the influencer credits. When Bob places the order for the coffee on her website, she gets that $8 deducted from her influencer credits again. And again, she's left with 42 influencer credits. Now, if she bought the coffee and then Bob bought the coffee, she would be less another 8 credits. And so again, this is just a machine that's always running all of the time for you to be able to purchase at a discount or profit of up to 80%. Now, again, just like the previous example, if she had a retail location, she's a chiropractor, she's a personal trainer, a med spa, or she's just offering it to friends and family, she can buy that product for $8 and resell it for up to a $62 profit. It just, I can't, whenever I talk about it, I'm like, how? And again, it's because other companies cannot afford to do this, but our company can. And that's just, it's a really simple equation. It's profit margins, it's all these different things because the company can afford to do it. because they're still making a small profit when Sally places the order for $8. And it doesn't matter what the company makes, they can make $1, $2, $3, whatever they're making off of that. Because when you do this influencer pricing, just like loyalty, it's not generating volume in the plan, but the person is being able to get the purchase price and discounts and all that kind of stuff. Because why are we doing this? What do we talk about? We are looking to develop loyal members that order every single month, that create an ongoing, reoccurring income for all of the families inside Vital Health. And so when people get to the 200 PV and they have that 200 PV, that volume goes into the plant. Then as they're using the credits, that volume is kind of, it goes to the company, because again, that's how they're making the profit. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of value. So the company is being able to make less profit because the person's buying it for $8, but they're being able to make it to where the person becomes your loyal customer, because that's what this is all about. And every time that people get to this, they can do this unlimited times. I saw a report that we're building in the back office where we have people in this company that get to influencer 20 or 30 times in a given month. And so that volume's coming in, they're using the influencer credits, and they're doing this as many times as they want. I love when people come to me and they're like, James, I think the compensation plan is wrong. I enrolled 6 people. I always remember a person I just saw her name on here came to me and was like, I think this is wrong. I enrolled 6 customers and I got paid $400. I'm like, oh, that's how it works. You be able to enroll customers, you hit influencer, and you get paid more. And like, that's more money than I made selling like 4 or 5 people that purchase massive packs. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do that here. You don't need to do that. You can do this a little bit at a time. And so the retail bonus and influencer bonus, again, this is instant pay. We're going to talk about the payment schedule here in a little bit as well. Then we have our first order bonus. This also has 0 requirements. Come in, do the $29.99 for the year. As Sally's enrolling people with the welcome pack, she does that. A basic pack, she gets paid $33. Essential, she gets paid $67. Premium, $135, and Elite, $270. So this is a one-time bonus for them purchasing these welcome packs. And to the consumer, they're saving 10, 15, or 20%. I mean, think about this. I've never seen one company where somebody can buy an elite pack, get 82 full-size products, save 50% on the retail price. They save 20% on the preferred or affiliate price, and they're able to get it for $12.40, which if they wanted to, if they wanted to, they could resell that and make up to a $2,000 profit if they choose to. They don't have to. They could use it to launch their business. They could use it to sample out. They can use it as a launch pad to their business. These are not required to purchase. They're all things that people can purchase if they so choose to. One of the benefits of purchasing an elite pack, like we just talked about with influencer, instead of having to get 200 PV every time to unlock that influencer, you can do it at 150. So little tiny benefits that come along with that elite. You can also get a scanner for half off. But again, this is to make it so that the customer is benefiting and the affiliate is benefiting with 0 requirements. And so that is how we do instant pay. Now, I put a lot of time on instant pay just because these other ways to get pay, we can kind of fly through. So weekly pay is where now we start to become qualified, because now this is where people are coming in, they're making purchases, they're ordering products, and now you can start to become qualified. Well, how do you become weekly qualified? You be active with 50 PV or more from, again, your orders or your retail customer orders. And this happens every rolling 30 days. So if it's March 14th and you become active, you're now active for the next 30 days till March 14th. So it's a rolling 30-day qualification. So here's Sally. She's got 50 PV, and then she is going to go enroll 2 personally enrolled active affiliates on her left team and her right team. So she's got Bob here and she's got Susie. They both have 50 PV. She is now dual qualified for Sally, and she can earn and qualify. She's not qualified to earn from the first order BV of her entire team on her smaller team. And this is based on what she's achieved in the plan. So everyone starts at 10%. So if 1,000 comes in, you make $100 or whatever that is, everyone comes in at 10%. Then as you start to go through the different ranks in our system, you can earn up to 20% every single week from this weekly pay. You might be asking yourself, how does this work? This is our dual team bonus where you're getting paid on the BV, the business volume or binary volume of your smaller team's first order BV every single week, as long as you're qualified. And you can get between 10 to 20%. So we've got team left here, left team, they've got 9,000 BV that week. And you've got the right team, and they've got 12,000 BV this week. Now, you might have contributed to some of those sales. You might have contributed nothing. But this is the teams that you have in your left team and your right team in a given week, whatever those numbers are. The company is going to go, okay, what's the left team? What's the small team? And they're going to pay you a dual team bonus of $900 to $1,800 for that week. Now, there is a maximum. I do have to break the hard news. There is a $25,000 a week maximum. Now, if you can't live off that, we really have to have a completely different conversation. But there is a maximum. So I always want to tell people that. And then what happens is at the end of the week, that 9,000 is deducted from the 12,000, and you actually start the week with 3,000 in a line. Now, again, depending on which line or which side or which team is the smaller team each week, that's what you're getting paid on. Now, attached to this, just like how retail bonus and extension bonus is kind of attached. Remember, we talked about retail bonus is or influencer bonus is an extension of that. An extension of dual team bonus is the matching bonus. So this is paid on your personal enrollments and what they're earning from the dual team bonus. And there is no maximum to this whatsoever. And so this is where Sally, she becomes silver. We're going to talk about how she does that in a second here. She's going to get 2,500 in group volume. She becomes a silver. And when she does that, as she starts enrolling people as preferred customers who become affiliates, we've got Diane here. Diane makes $1,000 this week. We've got Bob. He makes 3,000. What do we call her? Diane? I think Diane or Susie. We call her Susie. She's going to get $5,000 in the dual team on that week. If that all happens, Sally is going to get 50% of whatever that amount is. She's going to earn $2,500 from this one, $1,500 from that one, and $500 from that one for a total of $4,500. Now, does this happen overnight? No, this doesn't happen overnight. It's an extension of that dual team bonus as you start to create these teams. So this is not something that you go, okay, I'm gonna go make $1,000 in the matching dual team bonus. It'll happen over time. Once we talk about the three things to focus on, it'll happen organically and naturally. So don't feel you need to take screenshots of this and memorize it and teach on it and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to show you the three things to do to make this entire engine work and run. The last part here is we have monthly pay. Monthly pay is really based off one of my faves, Jim Rohn. We're paid in direct proportion to the value we bring to the marketplace. So as your group begins to grow, you are creating more value and you get to be paid more. Now, just like weekly, we have monthly activation. So we had weekly qualification and we have monthly activation. So this is where you're going to be rewarded for growing a group of customers ordering every single month, whatever their membership is, whether it's retail, preferred, affiliate, you're getting paid on all of those orders coming in. So the first thing that I would check off here, now, not a requirement, but this is a requirement to advance all the way to the top of our milestone ranks. You want to make sure you have 100 PV that can come from your orders and or your personally enrolled retail customers in a calendar month. So the other one we talked about was a rolling 30 days. This is in a calendar month. Now, do you have to do both of these? No, you don't. If you want to maximize the rewards plan, yes, this is how you want to be able to maximize it, but it's not required unless you want to earn monthly pay. Then you want to accumulate 100. So you want to accumulate 100 PV to advance through all the rank bonuses or the ranks and be able to get access to monthly income. And this is what it looks like, right? If Sally placed an order of 105 PV, 147 bucks, she's bonus active. If she places it in the first 7 days of the month, she's going to earn her extra 5% loyalty. Whatever she qualifies for in loyalty, she's going to earn that on top of that. And she's getting benefits for ordering, not requirements. And if she really wants to do it, she can get it up to that 200 PV level. And again, this 100 or 200 or 150, whatever it is, can come from her or her retail customers. And again, success occurs when opportunity meets preparation. This is how you prepare to earn monthly pay. Are you required to do it? No. Do you want to do it? Yes. Because again, this is how you can maximize the plan. And we have rank bonuses. Very simple. As you increase your rank, you're going to get one-time bonuses or monthly bonuses for doing that. Between bronze and sapphire, you're going to get 100, 200, and 250 in loyalty credits, so you can get products up to 75%. Now, people ask, why is it loyalty credits? Why isn't it cash? Because what are you doing during this first little phase of building your business? You want to be able to get access to products at a discounted price so you can share them, put them in the marketplace, make more profit. There's a reason for this. It's not just to award loyalty. There's a reason behind it. Then when somebody gets to gold, which is 10,000 in group volume, they're going to get a $500 a month auto bonus. So to earn these, as soon as you earn them, you start earning them from that month on. As we get into the platinum and emerald, this is where cash bonuses start to come in. And this is where you want to maintain a platinum rank for the month you hit it and the month after. And that's when that $500 is rewarded. Same thing with emerald. Now, if somebody went to emerald this month for the first time, that's month one. They're going to earn all of those bonuses to gold. And then once they hit emerald or platinum again the following month, they're going to get the cash of 500 and 1,000. And so all of these are cumulative in making it to where, as whatever it takes, if it takes a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it is, that's how you can get paid this. Then we have our diamond ranks. Now we actually have ranks above and beyond this, which we call colored diamonds. That we have red diamond, green diamond, blue diamond, purple diamond, black diamond, and crown diamond. But I don't ever really talk about those because, again, getting to diamond is where six figures begins. And so we want to teach people, if you're looking to create a full-time income or a great part-time income, getting to diamond is that first thing. And this is where people are now being able to get higher rank bonuses. They're being able to get more in depth of their organization. And that's what generates more income. What generates more income here is not a title. Titles don't pay here. One of my favorite lines that I have no idea where I got it from is, you can't take a rank to the bank. So you can't walk up to Wells Fargo, my bank, and say, hey, Wells Fargo, I'm a diamond. Pay me. They're going to look at me like I have 9,000 heads. And so this is all created from multiple orders coming in that are generating this income. And so let's talk about how to rank advance really quick. We've got Sally here. We're going to get her to gold. We're going to get her to a point where she's earning that $500 a month bonus. Now, we already talked about it. Sally gets the 100 PV. That's check mark number one. She has the required number of personal enrollments that are also active. So this is her personally enrolling people. They're at 50 PV in a calendar month. This is determined by the total group volume to infinite levels, again, in a calendar month. These include personal orders, personally enrolled retail customers, affiliate orders, and all of the other customers in your group. Everything. I just like to list them out. And you can use up to 60% of the group volume that's required to reach a rank milestone from any one leg of your business. So what's that look like? I'm a visual guy. So we've got 4 people here. We got Bob again. Bob's got 2,000 GV for the month. Good job, Bob. We've got this person at 1,000 GV. She's got that for the month. We've got another person at 2,000 GV, and we got a superstar that did 10,000 GV. She's like, oh wow, I got the superstar. I'm at gold. No, you can't just bring in one person and then it's a lottery. This is not lottery mentality. We're teaching people to build a balanced business. So 60% of that 10,000 is 6,000. So Sally can use up to 6,000 from her largest person she's enrolled in their group. So we look at the first person, 2,000, we're good to go. 1,000, 2,000, and then from the person that had 10,000, Sally can use 6,000 of that to reach gold. Now, if you do the math real quickly, I'll do it for you. It's 11,000 congratulations, Sally is a gold. And so again, this allows you to build a balanced business. And even if you have somebody that just takes off, you're able to utilize that to get to your rank. And again, this is all really about helping other people get what they want so you can have what you want. And that's how this compensation plan is all defined. And we have this auto gold bonus we already talked about, where you can get $500 towards the car or $800 in free products. Each month you hit gold, you choose one of the following: $500 towards the car, $250 just in cash, or $800 in free products. I just helped somebody the other day use their credits, which they haven't used over 2 months, and they got like $2,000 worth of free products. Awesome. How do you afford to do that? We're the manufacturer. It's the only way you can afford to do things like this. The final thing we have is unilevel bonuses. Now, this is a very in-depth part of the compensation plan. This is something that I don't really share up front. I'm like, oh, let's go after unilevel bonuses, because this really happens kind of in month 3, month 4, and beyond, as people are having reoccurring income. And so the higher the rank Sally is, the deeper rewards that she'll get. And so level 1, so this is if I enrolled Rick as an affiliate and Rick enrolled customers, retail customers, those are all level 1. If Rick went out and he enrolled 10,000 in retail customers, that 10,000 is all on my level 1. So level 1 includes the affiliate and their personally enrolled retail customers. Now, if Rick goes and enrolls Renee, and Renee is now my level 2, so Renee is level 2, and all of her retail customers are level 2. Renee goes and enrolls Bob. Bob is now on my level 3. I'm getting 20% of all of that volume produced by Bob and all of his personal customers. And then it keeps going. In order to get through these first 3 levels, Sally would have to be a bronze level. So one of the goals you want to do is get above bronze. Then as you start going through the plan at Sapphire, you're going to get another bonus of 2 to 14% to infinite levels in your organization of all of the orders going on. We also have generation bonuses. Now, a generation is defined by someone who achieves the same rank as you. So if Sally's a gold and she has a gold, she's going to get a generational bonus depending on her rank of 1 to 2% on that whole entire gold's organization. If she keeps going to platinum, if she has another platinum that gets to that, she's going to get another generational bonus of 1 to 2% on that platinum. Now, do you want to sit here and do the math on all this? No, the math takes care of itself. It's extremely generous, and it starts at bronze, sapphire, gold, and platinum. This is not reserved for the diamonds and all this kind of stuff. As you grow beyond diamond, it really just comes down to you having more volume and more sales that are coming in. And here's a little look at the generation bonus. When somebody gets up to the upper ranks, how does this work? So let's say Sally gets to triple diamond. When Sally gets to triple diamond, she's going to earn a 12% infinity bonus outside all of her generations of people that are triple diamond or above. Now, if I'm speaking, Swahili to you, or Greek, or French, or particular language you don't know, that's okay. You don't need to know how this. This is just a conceptual idea on how this works. Because then we've got this other person that hit red diamond. Wow, they did better than Sally. That's awesome. Well, because they did better than Sally, that's okay, because Sally is going to get a 2% generation on that entire red diamonds business. We go one more because Sally's a triple diamond. We've got Bob here. Bob is also a triple diamond. She's going to get a 2% or 1% generation override on Bob's business. So no matter if someone is more successful than you, no matter they're the same as you, no matter if they're just starting out, the whole idea is that you're getting rewarded on all of the sales and all of the volume. Now let's talk really quickly as we wind this down of how do you get paid. Here's the goal. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. Mr. Warren Buffett, we all probably know him. So this is the goal, is to create income that's coming in every single month. And we have a payment schedule. We get paid bonuses daily, weekly, and monthly. So if you were to do a retail bonus, an influencer bonus, or a first order bonus, that happens every day. The money comes into your back office. You see it as pending. In 24 hours, it moves to earned, and then you can transfer that to your Vital Pay e-wallet. So instant pay comes in daily. Then we have weekly pay. Our weeks go from Tuesday to Monday, and they pay out on the or Tuesday to Monday. They pay out on the following Tuesday. So dual team bonus, matching bonus. Remember, whatever that small team is for the week, you get paid that in weekly, and then you also get the matching bonus if you qualify. Then we have monthly pay. Monthly pay is designed to come in on the second Tuesday of the month. That's how we're doing it going forward. This is your unilevel bonuses, rank bonuses, all those different things we talked about in the monthly pay. We also have a unique thing here. On the 25th of the month on, any welcome packs that come into your group, that can be rolled over to count to a new rank achievement. Now, why would the company do that? Because they want you to get to a higher rank faster so you can earn more money. And so we get to roll it over because the biggest time of the month for really any company is the last week of the month. So you don't want to get to the last week of the month and then on the first you start with zero. You kind of start with a little bit more in the beginning of the month to get to that new rank. And so that's kind of our payment schedule and how we look at the calendar. So now I'm going to end with this because you might be asking yourself, wow, this sounds great. I kind of understand a little better. If what I went over today, give me a rating of 1 to 5. You came into this, you're like, okay, it's about rewards plan and making money and all kind of stuff. On a 1 to 5, how much better do you understand the workings of the compensation plan? 1, you're still as confused as you got here, or 5, you're like, you know what? That actually makes sense now. All right, cool. I'm seeing some 5s. Perfect, awesome. Fives, got a couple 3s. That's okay. And 3 is good too, because you don't have to. All you have to, even if you said you're a 1, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to do this and unlock the entire compensation plan in 3 simple steps. So the first thing is path to silver. 3 steps to duplicate success. There's other amazing paths. Somebody on our team created this amazing schematic of a path to silver. It was beautiful. I'm going to follow it to the T. But I want to give you 3 simple steps you can do. Number 1, purchase a welcome pack. Pretty hard, right? Go purchase a welcome pack. The most popular is Elite. Why do you want to do that? Because it's a way to be able to get started, get that volume. Because if you purchase a welcome pack and it's Elite, you're almost halfway now to silver because it's 1,000 in group volume, and you get to use that towards silver. So easy way. Go and get that. Then when you want to become an active influencer, what does that mean? Once you purchase your welcome pack, you want to enroll retail customers or be able to just place another order and be able to become now an active influencer because I'm active with 50 PV. I become an influencer and now I can save or earn up to 80%. I'm maximizing the plan out. Then I want to enroll 4 customers, ideally with a welcome pack because now I'm going to earn 45% on whatever those first orders are. If I did this in month 1, I'm easily a silver. I'm probably actually a couple notches up, but this is just a way to go. Okay, my goal is purchase a welcome pack, become an active influencer, and enroll 4 people. I can do that over and over again. I can get to silver. Now, if you can get to silver, what do you think you can do? In order to drive to diamond, you want to build a business of duplication. We got Sally. She's got her silver pin on there. Once Sally is a silver, now she does the same thing. She continues to enroll new affiliates and customers to earn daily and weekly pay, like we just talked about. She wants to develop other active influencers because when she does that, that 200 PV is also CV that starts contributing to her monthly pay. So she wants to develop influencers so they make more money, they get more products at a discounted price, and she's able to earn monthly pay from that 200 PV or CV. And her goal is to promote 20 silvers or above. Now, she doesn't have to do that all herself. That can be in her entire team. Now, do you have to do this? No, there's no requirement for this. But if you divide how much it takes to become a diamond, it's 20 silvers. It could be 10 golds. It could be just volume and nobody rank advances. But the diamond level is 50,000 in volume. And this maximizes the rewards plan. You get more benefits as you get to here. And so you go, oh, well, this sounds great. Path to silver to all the diamond. Great. What's my first steps? Plug in the systems, the tools, the events, the community, the Vital University, the VIA bot, all the things. You don't have to learn any of this. Just plug in to what we're already doing. You want to launch with excitement and an invitation. Notice how that doesn't say recruit and sell. It says be excited and invite. Use the duplicate system that you can find in the Vital University. Utilize your Diamond support team or your sponsor, and utilize them. Like I mentioned, you get to hire your support team for $30 a year. That's how you look at it. They work for you. Their goal is to help you be successful and launch. And then you get to earn by sharing and showing what you did. Easiest way to do this is when somebody goes, James, what did you get started with? I go, I got started with the Elite. Why? Because it's the best way to maximize the plan. Great, I'm going to buy it. Really simple. I just share and show what I did. Very simple. All duplication. We've got events that are going on all the time. We've got our AM powers. We got product and education. We've got so much you can plug into, and everything is recorded. And so the secret to success here is going, see you at the next event. So if you could just get a bunch of people together that continue to plug in and get in events, that's what's going to create success. And so this is the thing I want you to focus on. When you go in the back office, when you look at what you're doing, you go, okay, what do I track? There's all these reports, there's all these different things. And here's the only thing that we track. Number one, I call it red light, yellow light, green light, right? Do you remember like traffic stuff, right? So the red light is the first thing, danger level. Make sure you're active with 50 PV. That's the red light. You got to stop and go, okay, wait a minute. I got to get active here. That's the only way I can really move forward is by becoming active. And when you're active, that means that you can get additional spillover potentially from those that are continuing to sponsor people in the dual team, because all of that just kind of flows down. If you're active with 50 PV or more, you get to bank that volume every week until you start building out your side. You can also earn up to 35% from your loyalty if you're doing it in the first 7 days of the month. So number one is be active. Number two is the yellow light. A little caution here. We're starting to speed up. We got the gas about to go. You want to go influencer each month, which is 150 with Elite or 200 as a person that didn't purchase Elite. And then finally, we get the green light to open up the whole enchilada. This is where you want to get dual team active. You are qualified, where you have one personally enrolled active on your left and one personally active on your right. Now, again, this takes care of itself. And you go, okay, that's great. If that's what I do, then what does everyone else do? You duplicate it. You duplicate, be, go, and get. So when you look in your back office or you're talking to your people, it's not about, hey, how many people have you enrolled? What rank are you going for? I'm like, hey, all you got to focus on is be active, go influencer, and get dual team qualified. All of the other things we just talked about for the last hour, they all take care of themselves if all I do is this and help other people do exactly the same thing. And so again, this business is not about becoming an expert. It's about going and duplicating the simple activities that everyone can do. And so if you can do this, if this is something that you think you can do, just put a yes in the chat. I want to see how many yeses we can get. Because again, this is not about mastering what I just talked about. This is not about going, okay, now I understand every aspect of the compensation one. It's going, can I do this? And then help other people do that every single month. These activities fuel instant pay, weekly pay, and monthly pay. And you don't have to worry about how to get paid if all you do is focus on this red, yellow, green light to this entire compensation plan. So it's almost like the road to diamond is unlocked, once you understand how to go, how to get that green light. Again, be active, go influencer, and get dual team qualified. So I went over by about 10 minutes, but we kind of talked a little bit more in the beginning there. The video that we have is about 25 minutes. So it's not this full thing. I kind of dived into it a little bit more today just to give you some more insight and everything. So David, I don't know if there was anything that you wanted to close with today. I don't know if you're still there, but this is really what it comes down to. It comes down to creating these simple steps to something that everyone can win at. So with that, I don't see if David's there. Again, I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today.